I'm Josh with Waupaca Community Media, and we're joined from Ron Sorry from the School District of Waupaca. Hello, Ron.
Hey Josh, how are you?
Good, you?
I'm doing great, thanks.
And got Aaron taking a sabbatical this week. He should be back with us next time. But a couple things we want to talk about. And I think the timing seems pretty good with summer around the corner and people looking for jobs. The school's going to be hosting a job fair March 7th. Tell us about that, how businesses can get involved with that.
Yeah, we're hosting it, but the Chamber of Commerce is helping coordinate this for
Okay.
us. And yeah, it's held at our high school and it's scheduled for Tuesday, March 7th. And all of our high school students will get filtered through it. We typically have between 30 and 40 some different businesses from around the county, not just in town, but all over. And so it's an opportunity for students to learn about those businesses and for students that may be looking for summer employment, or if they're close, if they're a senior close to graduating, maybe further employment. So it's a good time. It's very beneficial, and we're very grateful that our businesses would come in and do this for our students, and not only our students, but school students from other schools around the county also do come to our job fair.
Well, that's great. Great to see, and hopefully a lot of your students can connect it with some good opportunities, whether it's permanent or just for the summer.
Yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
School staff, school board members have been involved or will be involved with a couple activities. The first one is what's called a tabletop exercise, where you work through an emergency situation and kind of learn what works, what isn't working, what are the deficiencies, so you can be better planned and prepared.
Yeah, all of our four schools have a safety team, and each team has a plan as far as if there's a crisis for evacuation, and then a plan for reunification with parents. And so we have it all on paper, and it looks good on paper. But the next step is having a tabletop activity to play it out and to see how that plan on paper actually unfolds. And we're fortunate that our county emergency management hosted this activity for us at the county courthouse in the basement. And then we also had a lot of community stakeholders present. We had our sheriff's department, our city police department, EMT, fire, the ambulance service was there. We had the Red Cross there. There were a variety of those people, people from Department of Health and Human Services, and of course our four building safety teams. And then there were observers as well from across the county that were observing and watching and listening. And their job is to provide us with feedback, the gaps that they noticed. Our purpose is to learn from this activity and the things that we didn't think of for them to point out so that we can include it and address it. So if this hopefully never happens, but if it did, we would be better prepared. And the Department of Justice was on site and they facilitated the whole conversation.
And then the other opportunity coming up for your school board members, it's maybe a topic people don't like talking about, but unfortunately it happens from time to time, is that student expulsion, and they will be getting some training, and I'm sure there's a lot that goes into something like that and allows them to be prepared.
Yeah, talking about safety and then talking about expulsions, the reason that a student would have to go to an expulsion would have to do with safety issues that they posed in our buildings. And we work very closely with these students and their families, and hopefully our goal is not to bring students to expulsion, but there are times where we have to do that. And we've done that this year already, and our board has requested to have a training activity dealing with the ins and the outs of the expulsion process from the beginning, the middle, and afterwards. Our attorney will be facilitating that for our school board. We'll have some of our administrative team members present with our board. And then, as you're aware, Josh, we have two people who applied to run for two open seats that'll be for this upcoming election, and they're running unopposed. So we have invited those individuals to be a part of this conversation, this training exercise, and so hopefully they'll be able to attend. And it's scheduled for Monday, February 27th in the community room.
And then from the city side of things, just a couple quick updates. Youth Art Month, and I guess that kind of ties into the school a little bit. A lot of student artwork on display, and that's in the lower level exhibit room at the library, open during normal library hours now through April 1st. A lot of artwork down there. And then the winter medallion was found in one of our parks by the Kopitsky family that they believe was found late last week or over the weekend. And of the 3 years that this activity has happened, I think took the longest to find it, and it was at Shambo Park, hidden by some rocks by the quarry, if anyone's curious. So a couple updates there too. So yeah, I usually get the clues ahead of time to help get them published, and I go look for it to see how hard it is. And this year was definitely the hardest year where it was hidden. So it was a challenge.
So do you hide them, Josh? Are you good?
I don't know where they get hit. I just get the clues so I can go, okay, it took me to the second clue or the third clue. And this year it was challenging. It was a good contest this year.
So did that family, the Kapinskis, did they beat you?
Well, I had everything ahead of time so I could see all the clues, but yeah. But no, with the clues they had, I couldn't find it. I had to go say, hey, I'm having trouble. So they did a very good job in Park and Rec getting that hidden this year.
That's a great activity for
And
families.
Shambo Park's a neat little park. It's got some trails. It's got the quarry. It's over by the historic train depot. It's just one of those ones people don't notice too often, but it's a neat little space.
It is. It's good to publicize that for people to know about that hidden gem of a park that we have.
So, well, Ron, appreciate you making time this week to talk, and we will be back at it again soon.
Take care. Thanks, Josh.